Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and fitness trainer, and today's video is about intermittent fasting and ketosis. And I'm going to explain to you how you can use intermittent fasting to achieve ketosis. I'm going to tell you how ketosis works to achieve your health and weight loss goals, and how I used it myself and what I've learned in the process. First of all, what does it mean to be in ketosis? Well, when your body runs out of glycogen, your liver starts using fatty acids to produce energy in the form of ketone bodies. And you can actually measure these ketone bodies in your bloodstream. And to be officially in ketosis, your ketone level needs to be at least 0.5 mmol per liter. There are different ways that you can achieve ketosis. The most common one probably is the keto diet. And when you are on the keto diet, well, you restrict your carb consumption to a point where you don't need to fast to run out of glucose and your body starts producing ketones. Another way is fasting. Obviously, fasting is the way that we'll be talking about today. And as you fast, it's obvious that your body also runs out of glucose to use for energy. Another way is intense and prolonged exercise, and we're not really going to talk about that one today, but it is also another way you can achieve ketosis. Now, what are the benefits? Why would you want to achieve ketosis? Well, there are many health benefits. Most people notice that their appetite decreases, their energy level increases, they feel more focused, sometimes your mood might improve. But even so, there are also numerous medically, scientifically observed benefits, and some of those are blood sugar control for diabetics, epilepsy seizure control, and improved cognitive function for Alzheimer patients. Since we are really focusing on intermittent fasting and ketosis in this video, I want to quickly go over what I would call the stages of intermittent fasting. So after you have a meal, you are in what we call a fed state. In your fed state, your body is using glucose for energy. Well, unless you're on the keto diet, your blood sugar increases, and so does your insulin level. And then 4 hours after your last meal, you are in the early fasted state. And what that means is that you're done digesting your last meal, your blood glucose is coming down, and your insulin level starts to decline. Then you get into the transition state. Transition state usually occurs after about 12 hours after your last meal. That's when your liver starts running out of glycogen and producing ketones. But at that point, you are not officially in ketosis. Your body is just starting to produce ketones. Then you enter light ketosis. In light ketosis, your ketone levels are at least 0.5 mmol per liter. And you may not really notice yet a big difference in how you feel, but you are officially in ketosis. The next stage is optimal ketosis, and that is the level that I was aiming for as I was trying to lose weight on intermittent fasting. To be in optimal ketosis, your ketone level needs to be between 1 and 3 mmol per liter. And obviously what we will define as optimal will depend on your health goals, but this optimal ketosis that I'm talking about here is optimal for weight loss and for your energy level, right? If that's what your goal is, that's when you'll notice the biggest difference. If you are pretty new to intermittent fasting and you're not too sure about how to tell whether you're in ketosis or not, I recommend you get a ketone monitor. That's what I did when I started experimenting, and I got the Keto Mojo. So if you check my blog post in the description, you'll find my affiliate link in there, and you can get a 15% discount to get your own. Okay, so next I want to give you a brief overview of how you can create your own intermittent fasting schedule to achieve ketosis and benefit from this amazing increased energy and decreased appetite and just feel your best. So I'm gonna take you quickly over my story and what I've learned in the process to get you started. But first, I want you to know that achieving ketosis with intermittent fasting will take longer if you've never been in ketosis before or if it's been a very long time. And if you would like to really speed up the process, it might be a good idea to do a 7-day keto experiment and see how that goes. And I actually have a 7-day intermittent fasting and keto meal plan that you could use that would help you kickstart the process. However, if you're going to do that, I want you to be aware that you're probably going to experience the keto flu, and that doesn't feel so good. But it will help you get the results faster. Another option is to do a modified fast, and that is what I did. I really was struggling. After turning 40, I wasn't losing weight no matter what I did, no matter how miserable I felt, and I was gaining weight instead, so I was extremely frustrated. I wasn't feeling very good either. So I had heard about the fasting mimicking diet by Dr. Walter Longo, and the way the fasting mimicking diet works is that it relies on severe calorie restriction and a specific macronutrient ratio to heal your body through autophagy, and it worked wonders for me. So I did it once, and it was hard. I was feeling really hungry during the 5-day period, but after that, throughout the month, I could tell there was some differences already that I noticed in my health in general, and I wasn't gaining weight, and I had lost the belly fat and I didn't gain it back. And then I did it again the next month, and I really noticed that I wasn't as bothered by the hunger during the 5-day fast. And that's when I started thinking, well, that might be because I'm in ketosis. And that's when I started learning about ketosis, and I got my ketone monitor to start experimenting with intermittent fasting and ketosis. And here's what I learned throughout the process. If you're going to fast overnight, yes, there'll be ketones in your bloodstream, but not enough to be in ketosis. If you fast for only 16 hours, you will be in ketosis most likely, if you've been in ketosis before, like we talked about, but not in optimal ketosis. And I think that's partly why many women that think that intermittent fasting doesn't work for them, because they only ever try the most common intermittent fasting method, which is the 16-8 method. What I noticed for me is that fasting for about 18 hours is what I needed to get into optimal ketosis. And then when I was in that stage, I wanted to maintain it for a couple of hours. And that's why the 24 method was the best method. It's a longer fast that will make you feel amazing during your fasting window, but then that will make you feel free enough during your eating window that you don't feel too deprived, that it is sustainable long term, and it's something that you can envision yourself doing. You feel good when you fast, you feel good when you eat, and you get the results that you're looking for, so what's not to like, right? And it's also not necessarily something that you need to do every single day. When I was losing weight, I was doing it maybe 5 days a week and sometimes less. And now that I have achieved my weight loss goal, I still do it maybe 2 days a week because I love the way I feel. Sometimes even if I feel a bit under the weather, I just naturally want to do that. I want to fast longer, and it's like my body knows that's what it needs. And so I created a 30-day intermittent fasting transformation program to help women achieve the same results. And the program goes over everything from doing a modified fast to practicing intermittent fasting, eating healthfully, and exercising efficiently. And if you want to learn more about this 30-day intermittent fasting transformation program, again, I'll leave a link in the description. But regardless, if you are ready to start experimenting with intermittent fasting and ketosis to achieve your health goals, I encourage you just to keep a couple things in mind. Number one, be in tune with your body. Really pay attention to how you feel. You'll learn to notice the difference. You'll be able to tell if you're in ketosis or not. Number two, longer fasts less often is the best approach. So you don't have to do intermittent fasting every single day, but definitely fast longer, at least like 4 days a week or so. And then the last thing would be to maybe have a few 7-day keto cycles, throughout the months, just as an add-on if you feel that you're not getting the results that you're looking for. Or another option is modified fasting, which is the name that I use to describe the fasting mimicking diet. And I have lots of resources on my website if you want to try modified fasting. I would say that modified fasting is the number one tool that I recommend to rebalance your hormones and kickstart your weight loss journey if you've been struggling with losing weight. And that's why that's the first thing that you'll find in my program as well. So I hope this video was helpful, and we'll see you next week.